So how does the Lazarus story apply to us? The story of Lazarus, the resurrection, right? The one that Jesus rose from the dead in the Gospels. How do you use this for right now? Well, just like I said, whether you believe in the story has nothing to do with power. How you use the story does. Lazarus means let's arise. Listen to it. Lazarus, let's arise. Let's arise. Lazarus died, according to Luke's gospel. He died at a rich man's gate. He was begging. He eventually died from starvation / illness. That's how Lazarus went out. In John's gospel, I don't believe they cover the state that Lazarus was in, but I think they just said that just picking up from Lazarus being sick and having died. So how you apply this now, the Son of Man, the God revealer, right? That part of man, the Son of Man, the human being, he's gonna let us rise. Let's arise. But it takes somebody who's gonna speak to that. We're not in a time where the idea of letting us arise is really spoken to. A lot of times we are left begging at the rich man's gate, hoping to get an opportunity. What represents less than a crumb for them will be a lifetime of loaves for us. And so sometimes we're like Lazarus, let's arise. The only thing that's pitying us are the dogs who come to lick our sores, to lick our wounds. The funny thing, when you're falling and you feel like you're at the state where you have to beg, it seems like the only ones who will nurse your wounds or at least address them will be the dogs. Let that sink in. The only ones that address your wounds, Lazarus, are the dogs. The dogs. But you know what dogs do? They eventually dog you. So the dogs couldn't keep Lazarus alive. The dogs, if we're going to dog each other, we're not going to be allowed to rise, Lazarus, when we say, let's arise. Lazarus, let's arise. So when Jesus said, Lazarus, come forth, he said, let's arise. Lazarus, let's arise, come forth. The idea of us arising, come forth. The name Lazarus is wrapped up in the idea of unity consciousness. So let's arise into unity consciousness. This is a 5D concept, though. Harmonizing the energies from 4D and achieving a harmony of a higher energy felt and expressed by the collective. An entirely new rebranding of the oversoul. Let's arise. So when Lazarus comes out of the grave, he's tied up and bound. He's wrapped up. See, the idea of us arising, it gets all wrapped up. You know, we don't always speak about it. Maybe we can't always speak about it. Maybe we don't always want to speak about it, thereby not feeling that is even beneficial to speak out about it. But the idea of letting us arise, Lazarus, let's arise, the idea of let's arise gets bound up and wrapped up and tucked away in the cave and left for dead, dismissed as dead, and everybody, family, loved ones, friends, the neighborhood, the village, the synagogue, they all believe and pronounce it as dead. The idea of Lazarus, let's arise. So when you call this unity consciousness forth, the first place you're going to express it is in your own mind's eye, with all the different aspects of you, your different energy centers, your 7 energy centers, right? Your 7 candlesticks, your 7 chakras, your 7 planes of consciousness, your 7 spirits of the Lord, the 7 parts of you. You're gonna achieve a unified consciousness among these things first, and watch your life correspond. See, we're at the stage where we're kind of past the idea of trying to win everybody. You just put the message out before everybody, and you just attract as many as you attract. But you don't make it about trying to change the world anymore, because we're not at that stage. We're just before that. We're not in 5D yet. We're in 4D. 4D is handling and navigating the chaos of everybody being jumbled and scrambled and jammed into the same plane, onto the same plane. 5D is when you start to get that true purified version of hive mind, mind you, purified version of hive mind, where everybody is moving seamlessly. Nobody is lacking. Everybody's good. Everybody can succeed and thrive on exactly the level that they're on. They don't have to reach a certain level. All of those preset requirements, prerequisites, barometers, specs, all of these things have to be done away with so that Lazarus, so that Lazarus can be unbound. Because for right now, in the age of individualism, it's placed in a cave, tied up and bound. Super T Sigma programming. Stay wise, stay illuminated. Peace.